Hi students, this is Vivid Botany. We are seeing another question from biomolecules that identify the incorrect pair. Say this is from again alkaloids, that is secondary metabolites. It is surprising to tell you that the similar type of question is asked in same paper, that is 2021 NEET paper. Which of the following are not secondary metabolites? We have seen just now that the amino acids and glucose, they are not secondary metabolites because they are primary metabolites. I have told you earlier in my previous video that primary metabolites have identifiable function. They have specific functions in plants, whereas secondary metabolites are having unidentifiable function. That is, they do not have the known functions, but according to the recent research, it is revealed that they protect the plant from environmental stress, that is from abiotic stress. So they too have functions, they too have the defense mechanism in plants, but they are not clearly identified by the research. So if you see in this question, is asking here the incorrect pair. Let us see one by one. First, alkaloids are there. Alkaloids are bitter in taste. They are not they are produced by plants, but they are not used by plants. They are exploited by human beings for various purpose. They are being used even as medicines also. I gave you here alkaloids. Two examples are given in textbook. One is morphine, another is codeine. Morphine and codine. So what is morphine? Morphine is something like opium. It is called opium. It is alkaloid. It is obtained from poppy, that is unripened latex of seeds of poppy. Poppy means Papaver somniferum. Papaver somniferum. It is a member of, let me write very clearly, Papaver somniferum. So let me tell you some interesting feature of the somniferum. I am writing it very clearly. See, it's not the small s, it is not big F. Big S, this is somni. Again I write here, it is SOMNIFERUM, somniferum. Remember, ferrum means juice or something syrup, that is ferrum, and somni means it is, what do you call, it is sleepy, it causes giddiness. So when you take this somniferum, somniferous juice, we feel drowsy, we feel sleepy. So what is the usage of this Papaver somniferum, that is morphine? The morphine, this is used as analgesic medicine. Analgesic medicine means it's a narcotic drug. Analgesic means painkiller. It used to degrade the pain. It doesn't degrade the pain, but the brain will become unable to identify that pain, unable to feel that pain. So that is pain, that is morphine. Let us see next the codeine. This codeine is nothing but a methylated morphine. It is nothing but methylated morphine is called as codeine. So both are here analgesic. There is a spelling here. Analgesic, narcotic drugs. Narcotic means they cause giddiness, they feel sleepy, they become drowsy. Analgesic means painkillers. Narcotic drugs. Actually, drugs are two types: narcotic drugs and non-narcotic drugs. Morphine, codeine, both are, these are narcotic drugs. The better meaning of narcotic is that they keep the person in some, they change behavior of the person, that is a person's behavior is changed, the mood is changed, person's mood is changed after taking this morphine and codeine. Next we have here lectin. Lectins are nothing but they are carbohydrate binding proteins. Do remember, because this question has been asked twice. So I am once again stressing its importance. I am explaining the meaning of the word. Meaning of the word is called etymology. So the etymology of lectins is that carbohydrate binding proteins. So for this example is Kankana-valin A. It is given here. Kankana-valin A. People simply call it as Kan A. Kan A or Kankana-valin A. This Kankana-valin A is extracted from jack beans. You know jack beans, a very big fruit it is. So from the jack bean, Kankana-valin A is extracted. And you know that first enzyme crystallized from jack beans. The first enzyme, that is urease. Remember or make a note of this. Urease is the first enzyme crystallized from jack beans by a scientist called as James Sumner. So it is a compound fruit. It belongs to the family Moraceae, and from the jack bean Kankana-valin A is obtained. Kankana-valin A is lectin. Lectins are carbohydrate binding proteins. So what is the usage of this Kankana-valin A? It has got usage in chromatography as well as they study immune cells. They are used in studying immune cells. Immune cells. Experimentally they are been injected into the mouse also. Right? This is about the lectin. Now let us see the toxins. For toxins we have been given two examples in NCERT. One is Abrin, another is Ricin. So Abrin is obtained from Abrus precatorius. I should write capital. Abrus precatorius. This is botanical name. You believe it or not, it is crab's eye, commonly called as, and it is a member of Fabaceae, Papilionaceae, Fabaceae. And Ricin is from castor. We botanically call it as Ricinus communis. Ricinus communis. It's a member of Euphorbiaceae. You are right. The cyathium inflorescence is present in Euphorbiaceae. So, what is the use of this Abrin and Ricin? Do remember, these two are used to kill cancerous cells. They are used to kill cancerous cells. So, they control the proliferation. We know proliferation means cancer spreads in all directions by irregular cell division. That proliferation of cancer is controlled by Abrin and Ricin. But they are very dangerous. They are not supposed to be taken here. And drugs. For drugs we have two examples. Drugs means here in our textbook contextual meaning is that they are medicines. We have two examples for this. One is Vinblastine. Vinblastine. Another is curcumin or curcumin. So curcumin is also against cancerous. It is obtained from turmeric. We know terminalia, that is curcuma longa. Rhizome is present in that turmeric and it is anti-cancerous. From that curcumin is obtained. Vinblastine is obtained from Vinca rosea. So these are all the list of secondary metabolites. I have discussed them very clearly. Better I request you to make a note down them separately in your classwork, because they are not available ordinary to normal textbook. They are not available in material also. So why I am explaining all these means, when you know the meaning of the word, when you know the usage of the particular drug, particular alkaloid, you can remember it very easily, because you have got a reason why should you remember that. For example, lectin. Simply by saying lectin, the technical term may not be memorized by the brain. But when you know that lectins are carbohydrate binding proteins, you will definitely remember that. When you know that concanavalin A, which is injected into the mice to study the immune cells, to study the liver cells, you remember it very well. And I told you that concanavalin A is obtained extract from jack beans, the which very big fruit. I think you know the jackfruit, very big fruit it is. It shows cauliflower. Big fruits arise from woody stem here, right? Its botanical name is something called as Atrocarpus integrifolia, family, I think Moraceae, that family Moraceae only, compound fruit it is that. And from jackbean I told you another extra point, urease, the first enzyme which is crystallized by James Sumner. James Sumner told that all enzymes are proteins. The first statement about the enzymes, all enzymes are proteins, that is told by James Sumner. But later we came to know that no, not all enzymes are proteins, because there are catalytic ribosomal nucleic acids are there, which is 23S rRNA, which is ribozyme, that also acts as enzyme. So the statement later in the history of biology was it was converted to be wrong. And toxins, I told you, Abrin, Ricin, Abrin, Abrus precatorius, Crab's eye, Ricin, Ricinus communis. So both are very well known to us. Both are used to kill cancer. They are against cancer. And drugs, vinblastine, curcumin. See, in our India, in every curry we make use of the turmeric powder, knowingly or unknowingly. But turmeric powder has got an ability to kill the cancer. It will antioxidant, it reduces, controls the cancerous cells. So that inbuilt it contains the curcumin. So it is a drug, it's a medicine. So please don't forget all these things, because the question is asked twice, so that I am taking more time to explain you. Try to remember all this, make a list of all these. Now see the question here, alkaloids, morphine, codeine, this is very much correct. Toxin, Abrin, Ricin, it's also very much correct. Lectin, concanavalin A, it's also very much correct. And drugs is not Abrin, Ricin, but drugs is, I told you, this is vinblastine and curcumin. Vinblastine obtained from Vinca rosea and curcumin from that curcuma longa, that is turmeric, in which rhizome is the underground stem modification. So the second question we are seeing from the same table about secondary metabolite. He asked difference between primary and secondary metabolites, and here he asked only secondary metabolites in this question. So I request you to go through biomolecules very carefully. Try to remember them. If you remember the etymology of the word, of the term also, it becomes very easy to remember that, and you can do the exam very well. So don't forget to subscribe my channel, that is Vivid Botany. Thank you very much.